Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, perfect, and pleasing will. I actually found this verse last summer, and I don't know, it didn't really, I kind of was just reading over it, but I kind of dismissed it, just another verse in the Bible. It didn't stick out to me until when I first started my fall semester in college. So I had been struggling with a few things like depression, anxiety, and some bad habits, and God allowed some really drastic things to happen in my life, and it wasn't until I basically got to a point where I could only rely on him to get me through the circumstances that I was dealing with. And in order to do that, I had to let go a lot of the worldly things I was holding on to. And that was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but it was, next to giving my life to Christ, it was the best decision I've ever made. Just anytime, I don't know, it's so easy to get wrapped up in worldly things and what, everyone else is thinking about and get stressed out, maybe get anxious or depressed. And whenever I find myself feeling that way, I can just look back at that verse, and it's a great reminder to just set my sights on God first and put him above everything else. And then everything else usually just seems to fall into place. I mean, it's kind of great how God can use the circumstances that you've dealt with in your past to help other people. And I've had people come to me recently tell me they've had the same problems I have, and they've dealt with the same things I have. And I show them this verse, and it's very calming when people tell me just how much that verse has helped them.